Elizabeth Betty Okino out of Elmhurst, Illinois, trains with Bella Caroli down in Houston. And remember, she's our national champion in this event.
And as I said yesterday during the competition, she's just beautiful in this event. Really shows off those long legs. Here's one of her most difficult passes in the routine. Back handspring, 2 layout step outs. Whoa. It's a nice save, but unfortunately that will cost her. Switch leg leap into a sisson. It's really unfortunate seeing them have these slight breaks in the competition. They performed so well yesterday. That is so difficult. A double turn on the balance beam. Really shows off her dance training. Nice handstand showing several different positions, from a reverse plunge to a plunge and lowers down to straddle split, showing strength and flexibility. Here's her dismount pass. She does 2 back handsprings to a double back. And 1 hop on the landing. It was a nice routine, but unfortunately it did have that fairly large balance break.
Well, it is quite obvious that it's going to take some kind of combination of circumstances for the American team to medal in the All-America. The 2 Soviets are at the top. Onodi of Hungary looks very strong. Fernandez of Spain. Rueda of Spain.
Here's her 2 layout step outs, and you can see right there where she just gets a little bit crooked as she steps down to go for the landing. And this was beautiful. Double turn. You can see her spot at the end of the beam. It's a very risky move to do on the balance beam. She arches over, almost touches that toe on the beam. Lowers down to a plunge, right into straddle splits.
9-8-1-2 for Betty. 9-8-1-2.
Double back with a slight step.
Where there's will, there's a way. Betty Okino has now moved into 5th place. It could happen. 2 rotations for her yet remain here at the Tacoma Dome. The program is in disarray. They only sent 1 competitor. Well, we asked Bella Caroli, who is the Romanian ex-coach, who is here now, what happened to the Romanian squad? Why aren't they sending more than 1 person? Here's his explanation.
Financially, that country is in deep trouble. And when these times, when even they have to pull back the athletes, not being able to support financially the trip, that's a very sad situation. I know how Romanians, how proud they've been, all of us, back in the old times. The Romanians been more proud than anything ever of their own athletes, Nadia and all the other kids who've been so famous, and they gave so much pride for those people. And if they came down to the point, they cannot even send them out to compete. Now that's a very sad situation, and sure, I feel very bad about it.
Bela, of course, who developed Comaneci and many other champions, now in Houston, Texas. We called him the Romanian cowboy. He's got a ranch there with deer and all kinds of animals on it, and he is trying to develop an American team that is competitive. Baylor says that last night's performance was the best by an American team in some time, but they're on their way back. We're waiting now for the score of Kosuge of Japan as we listen to Baylor. This is her performance moments ago as we wait for her score. Check that. We are now over at the uneven bars, and that is Kyoko of Japan.
This is her teammate over on the uneven bars, and she's doing very well so far. Beautiful high front Jaeger. Their coach is the famous Mitsuo Sukahara, who invented the vault, and he's done an excellent job with these women.
Oh my, it fell right on that right shoulder.
I don't think that's what hurt worse. It's hitting that bar, and I had seen that coming Since the workout sessions, they are very, very close to that bar. She held on a little bit too long. It pulled her back into the bar as she rotated. Oh.
Kyoko has fallen on the unevens as Kim Zmeskal fell on the unevens, and Kim Zmeskal is getting ready to go right now on the balance beam.
This is one of the most difficult things in gymnastics to do, is come back from a fall on the previous event and try and put that out of your mind. Kim is a very tough competitor. Here's her most critical pass. Back handspring, 2 layout step outs, perfect landing.
14 years old. There was some question whether or not she would compete yesterday. Bursitis in her heel, tendonitis in her wrist. But she was tops all around last night, but not tonight.
These Americans are still fairly inexperienced in major competition. This has been a wonderful opportunity for them to compete against the best and really show their competitiveness. Back handspring, layout step out down to one knee, showing a little bit of originality. Comes her dismount, round up, double back. All right, just one slight little hop on the landing, a very nice routine. A tough little competitor comes back from the uneven bars after that mishap.
She's a homegrown, too. She just came in off the street of Vela years ago. Not from outside the state or outside the city of Houston.
Her mount is a straddle press to a handstand, showing the strength. And this move shows strength and balance and control. All of the aspects that you must have in gymnastics. Of course, the dismount, she shows the power that she has in her legs way up in the air on that double back dismount.
Zmeskal going on. Her score 9.862. 9.862. We were watching Seo Kyoko and her bad moments on the uneven. There she is live as she prepares for her next rotation, and this is what happened to her.
You can see she holds on a little bit too long, rotates back into the bar. She is very, very lucky. She actually hit her head on the bar, then her shins on the bar, which obviously stops your rotation.
Galina, Soviet Union first. Boganskaya, Soviet Union second. Lili of China has moved into third. The best American, Okino, at 6. Let's go back to Larry King.